Welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday the 12th of January 2021. Busy day today, a lot going on. We're going to start off with this here. You see on your screen, this is the Swansea City FC official website. And we've got the match report from our under-23s game against them at their place this morning, 1 o'clock, just after in the afternoon. It was a 0-0 draw. I was following it online on one of the betting websites because they let you bet on these things nowadays. They let you bet on all sorts, don't they? And we absolutely battered them. I think the shot count was similar to the Bournemouth game the other day from the seniors. It was like they had single figures shots. We had like 20 or so. It was that high. Now I'm just gonna have a look at go down here. As goes, it's written from the Swansea City point of view, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing out because it's about this is written for Swansea fans and it's for them. But it says here, leaders Millwall put 6 past Colchester United last time out and had the first opportunity of this contest after 8 minutes with Jamie Sell, that's their keeper, that's Swansea's keeper, holding on to Sean O'Brien's free kick. And it says the visitors continue to threaten. Nana Boateng fed Abdul Malik, who drilled a low shot just wide, while Lewis cleared off the line from George Alexander late in the half. Millwall did have the ball in the net just before half time. Dan Moss tucked away some brilliant skill from Abdul Malik, but it was denied by the offside flag. I'm just looking for more Millwall stuff. He said Alexander fired just wide from Boateng's cutback, while Searle did well to hold on to his low drive shortly afterwards. The Swansea keeper also came to his side's rescue with 12 minutes remaining, making himself big to deny Moss from point-blank range. In the end, there was nothing to separate the two sides, and the Swans come away with a hugely credible point. It sounds like their keeper kept them in the game there. Our team: Jordan Gilmore, Dan Moss, Junior Tenzia, Bisart Topolot, Alex Mitchell, Hayden Muller, Sean O'Brien, subbed off for Jaden Davis, Sam Skeffington, George Alexander, Abdul Malik, Alfie Allen, Nana Boateng, and Oliver Bate. And the subs not used: Ryan Hammond, Ezekiel Miller. So that happened this morning, and that leaves the under-23 table looking like this. They're second in the table with 1 game in hand on Bristol City with 20 points. And if you see, they've got an absolutely stellar standout defence. 8 goals conceded, less than 1 goal a game. But are far and away better than any other team in that league. Bristol City aren't that far behind in terms of defence, but the rest of the team's nowhere near that. At least double that. But you look again, goals for 16. So it's similar, I think it's similar to the first team. Decent defence but can't score. That's what it seems like. Because we've had most of the season played. They're coming up to the final stages now. And they've got like 6 or 7 games left. I think they've changed it this season because I think they're only playing southern teams. I think they're just playing each southern team home and away. So we've got, I think, 6 more games left. Anyway, that's so we drew 0-0 with Swansea under 23s today. That was this morning. Also today, like I predicted yesterday, the Norwich City game, which was postponed because we're playing Bristol City in the FA Cup on the round the 23rd January. I don't know if that's booked in yet. Will it be on TV? I doubt it, but it might get moved to BT Sport again on BT Sport Extra. The Norwich City game is now on Tuesday, 2nd of February, which was the earliest midweek day available for a game. So they complain about fixture congestion, and they just add more fixtures onto the end when there's going to be a week off. When there's going to be a week where we only play 1 game a week, and then they just ram another one in there. They don't wait. I don't know if it's part of the rules that you have to play it as soon as it's available. I don't know why they they didn't push it back to maybe March. I don't know. But that's so the Norwich City game is going to be Tuesday, 2nd of February. It's going to be a 7 p.m. kickoff. So there's that. That also happened today. But of course, the big news today was the first team playing away in Bristol against AFC. Not in Bristol, pardon me. They're playing away in Bournemouth. They played AFC Bournemouth, and the final result was 1-1. And we, compared to previous games, in my opinion, we did play a lot better. Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate to concede at the end of the first half. I don't know. I don't know if they're blaming the keeper for that, but I did notice. I was watching it on iFollow, and I was watching they carry on streaming. During half time, they just put the they do a few adverts and then they go back to the pitch. The subs warming up on the pitch. But I did notice Bart came out a lot earlier than the rest of the Millwall team, and he was doing some kind of stretching exercises and warming up with the goalkeeper coach. So I did notice that. I don't know if he got a flea in his ear about how he handled that shot towards him. Well, I don't know, but that's what it seemed to me. The rest of the team, I think they did okay. Probably gonna have to get more into that side of it tomorrow with the stats program that I'm gonna do. I'll go through the stats for the game, but they seem to play a bit better. Some players, still the faults were there, but with Ryan Lennon, putting Ryan Lennon in there made a massive difference. This is from on the screen now. Is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's a South London Press's online platform, and it says AFC Bournemouth 1, Millwall 1. Matt Smith nets with first touch as Lions earn point, and he come on as a sub and scored. And what we've got here says Matt Smith scored with his first touch after being brought off the bench to earn Millwall the deserved point from their trip to AFC Bournemouth. Having fallen behind to Dominic Solanke's goal in the first half stoppage time, the Lions looked to be leaving the South Coast empty-handed despite a dominant performance. But moments after entering the field as part of a triple substitution, Smith was on hand to prod in a 79th minute leveller and score a point at the end of a showing that might well have warranted all three. Gary Rowett had made 6 changes to the side that started the previous league game, with Danny McNamara impressed on his debut in Saturday's FA Cup win in Boreham Wood, making his first championship appearances. Having held their own in a breathless opening quarter, the Lions should have taken the lead when Ryan Woods turned smartly before setting Jed Wallace clear of the Cherries' defence, only for him to be denied one-on-one by the legs of goalkeeper Admir Begovic. And he had a really good game, he did, I think. He kept us out quite a bit. It carries on. Just as the Lions looked to be heading into the break, frustrated not to be in front, they found themselves behind as Junior Stanislas slotted in Solanke to fire beyond Biakowski at his near post in first half stoppage time. Despite the sucker punch goal, Mill continued to dominate after the restart and were agonisingly close to finding a leveller when Kenza Hort's low free kick came back off the post. In what looked like a last roll of the dice, Rowett was spurred into a triple substitution with 12 minutes remaining, and one of those changes paid off within seconds as Sean Hutchinson's long free kick was flicked on by Jake Cooper for the newly introduced Smith to poke home. So that's the story of the game there, and then we're going to get onto the manager's reaction. This is from the same website. It's londonnewsonline.co.uk. It says Gary Rowett on Matt Smith's impact and Millwall showing their character in an impressive display at Bournemouth. Gary Rowett praised Millwall's determination and patience after they salvaged a deserved point from their game at Bournemouth. Having fallen behind to Dominic Solanke's goal at the end of the first half dominated by the Lions, Rowett's side finally found an equaliser 11 minutes from time when substitute Matt Smith prodded home. And while stopping short of saying he was disappointed not to be leaving the South Coast with a third successive away win, Rowett felt his side more than matched their star-studded opponents. The Bournemouth goal came about after a 10-minute spell where we were really starting to open them up on the counter. He said, at that point, it's a horrible feeling because you've played well and you're going in 1-0 down. The danger as a manager is that you feel you have to chase the game, but you don't want to open up too much and leave yourself with good players finding space. The character of the team has been questioned at times over the last 12 games, but I think certainly recently it's been a lot better. We knew it was going to be a difficult game. You're coming in to, in my opinion, a Premier League quality team. They move the ball so well and they're so incisive with the likes of Brooks, Cook. You just find little pockets, and with Solanke, that pace and penetration up front. If you're looking at control of the ball and control of possession, then Bournemouth dominated the game. But it's not just that. I think we controlled Bournemouth to a certain degree out of possession, and we've had double the amount of shots and chances on goal. I'm not going to say we should have definitely won the game because that would be a bit remiss of me, but certainly if we would have had a little bit more quality, then we would have scored more than one goal. Smith's goal came within seconds of him coming on as part of a triple substitution, 12 minutes from time, but Rao refused to take credit for the front man's immediate impact. I didn't quite think the substitution would work quite as well as it did, so I'm not going to stand here and profess to be a genius, he said. In fact, I started complaining because I couldn't believe that Smudge didn't go for the first header, but actually went into 20 yards away. I was like, what is he doing? Just go and hit Smudge. That's what he's good at. He showed a goal-scoring instinct and showed that you don't need to be lightning quick to know where the ball's going to land and anticipate it. It was an excellent finish. He's been brilliant for us. It's just that when I play 5-2-3, it's really difficult to play him in that number 9 position. I think that's hard for him because I think he's too good a player not to be starting, but unfortunately in that formation he has to come on and impact the game for us. He's a great lad and a great character, and we're really lucky to have him. I think you saw that when he scored. All the other players were jumping on him, like more than normal. You expect that kind of thing, but there was something else there. They were really happy that he scored. Really pleased for him that he scored. Pleased for the team that he scored. They were jumping all up over him. I'm going to now move to news@den.co.uk. They've got basically the same thing, same quote about, I'm not going to say I'm a genius. Yeah, same thing. Basically the same quote. But the only thing I'm going to point out is, you look on the right hand side, is the table. That's kind of left us in it's kind of left us just like at the top of the bottom third of the teams. We just above the teams that are just above the relegation zone. Like with 3 points above, 3 points adrift, the team above. So we're just sitting on top of the pile of turds at the bottom of the league. We got a negative goal difference, -2. There was only 2 games today. We were playing and QPR were playing. And QPR, I think they won. And you can see where that's left us. So not too good. Drawing games isn't gonna get us up the league. We need to win games. And do I think we could have won that game? We could have won the game, I think. Zahoy at the post. We had a few chances that like Begovic in their goal. He played well and kept us out. But it was one of those games that could have went either way, you know. I think the way Bournemouth playing are really boring, tapping it around at the back. And all that does is it shortens the game. It reduces the amount of time where actual football is played. They're just tippy-tapping it around from defender to defender to defender to defender. And it's just, there's it's just reducing the amount of football that actually gets played. And I don't see how you're not going to dominate teams and beat teams if you play like that. You're going to win games, but you're just going to play the percentages where you get a few corners and some of them a few of them go in. You get a few shots and some of them go in. It was right. We had more shots on target than them. I'll show you in tomorrow's video, the stats video that I'm going to do. But we had more shots than them. We had better chances than them. But that's because they weren't really trying. They were just tippy-tapping it around, not actually attacking, being more direct, being quite indirect, and that reduced the amount of time that they had to score. So I don't know. I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.